By the way, how long can a man live without a brain? Just how old is Sid Hartman? But anyway, you see, that's why we got Wild Bill Bauer here tonight. And let me just tell you about him. Louis Anderson and Tom Arnold have called him the funniest man in America. He has performed in countless major nightclubs, casinos, and comedy clubs throughout the country. He has written for the Brave New Workshop and many network television shows. He admits, though, you ready for this? Admits to listening to Rush Limbaugh. Oh, boy, he's going to have a rough time out here. Join me, anyway, in welcoming Wild Bill Bauer.
Mike Lynch. Boy, what a pretty town Excelsior is, eh? I grew up in a small town myself, Anoka, Minnesota. Huh? Small town, great place to grow up. My dad never locked the door there. We got robbed like 12 times. Lock the door! Does this ring a bell for anyone? Front door unlocked, back door unlocked, 3 locks on the bathroom door. You're afraid someone's going to break in and watch you shave? And my family is kind of famous in this town for being Catholic. I have a brother. My brother John is a priest. My sister Kathleen is a nun. My sister Susie has taught Catholic school in my hometown for 20 years. And I have 2 brothers who are attorneys, so it sort of evens itself out karma-wise. A lot of families, I'd be the black sheep. My brother John, the priest, has been in the news. He was just appointed head of the Basilica in Minneapolis. Yes. Largest Catholic church between New York and L.A. Big one. I had to go to the induction. And, of course, that means I'll go to church 3 times this year. But that's what summer is about, family get-togethers. Have you ever noticed that once you become an adult, every time you see your family, you learn a family secret? Something that you never knew before. I just found this out. My grandfather, he lived to be 92. He's been dead 20 years, but he was blind. And I always assumed he'd been blind his whole life. But no, family secret. When he was about 70, he got into a bar fight. He was thrown down a flight of stairs and he lost his eyesight. And I always assumed he'd been blind his whole life. And if you'd have seen my grandmother, you'd have thought that too. Lighten up, it's my grandma. We always end out in the country someplace. One of my uncles has got a big farm out there. And they the big dog, big mean dog. Now always give him such sweet names. Satan! Satan, let her go! Can't even tell what kind of dog it is because it's got a hockey mask on. I'll see you in hell. Don't let them know you're afraid. They can sense it when you're afraid. Another second here, he's going to be able to smell it. Last summer, huge family gathering. My Aunt Shirley wasn't there. Shirley had 16 kids. She died giving birth to the last one. On purpose. We can't prove it. It was her last words. Have fun with the kids. And so childish. They got into a big food fight with canned goods. Don't! Oh. I've been beaned. Is that too corny? And, of course, every family has the family weirdo. Every family's got one. If you can't think of someone in your family, you're it. A lot of head scratching going on out there. Oh, for Christ's sakes, it's me! Cousin Jimmy in my family, this kid, every year it's something different. earrings, tattoos. This year he had a bone through his nose. What do you say, Jimmy? Nice bone. Well done. Twinkie, my mom's little terrier, is just freaking out. Woo, 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 woo. Put some food in that dog's dish before it tries to nibble my face off. Jimmy, this is Satan. Ah! You don't want two dogs in the same house. They'll get into a fight. I had to go back and tell my uncle that Twinkie had killed Satan. I've got good news and bad news for you. Give me the bad news first and don't sugarcoat it. Twinkie killed Satan. No! Little dog only weighs 5 pounds. Satan goes over 100. I know, but you see, Twinkie got stuck in its throat. What in the hell's the good news? I only had to dig the one hole. Hey, you guys got a terrific show in front of you. I've loved everyone I've seen so far. They've all been great. I'm Wild Bauer. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Right now, we're going to move things around just a wee bit and bring up the current show here at the Old Log Theater. It's a fantastic show about 4 young people who are on their way to the performance of their lifetime. And now, I want you to welcome to our stage the stars of the 1950s and 60s. Please welcome the 4 PLAIDS right here on our show.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4 PLAIDS. Holy cannoli, it's time to start. Check your flies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me what I must know, pretty baby, or otherwise I must go. Pretty baby, it's yes or no. Gotta be this or that. If you ain't wrong, you're right. If it ain't dark, it's light. If you ain't sure, you might. Gotta be this or that. If it's not full, it's blank. If you don't spend, you bank. If it's not Bing, it's Frank. Gotta be this or that. Who can it be if it ain't me? I know it's not your brother. Can't you see it's gotta be one way or the other? Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. Gotta be this or that. Full, blank, Bing, Frank. Yes, no, let's go. You say it's yes and then it's no. You say you stay and then you go. You're undecided now. So what are you gonna do? First you say you do and then you don't. And then you say you will and then you won't. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, me doodly doo doo?
Now you wanna play and then it's no. And when you say you stay, that's when you go. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I've been sitting on the fence and it doesn't make much sense, cause you keep me in suspense and you know it.
What?
You promise to return, when you don't I really burn, and I guess I'll never learn, and I show
Make up your mind, if you got a heart and if you're kind, the milky bus apart, make up your mind. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? You hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem. First you say you do and then you don't, no you don't. And then you say you will and then you won't, no you won't. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Well, what's it gonna be? Now you wanna play and then it's no, then it's no. And when you say you stay, that's when you go, when you go. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Yes, no, stay, go. You hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw. You hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem. You haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw, you hem and you haw. You're so indecisive if you got a heart, and if you're kind, then don't you bust apart. Make up your mind. You're indecisive now, so what are you gonna do? say it's yes and then it's no. You say you stay and then you go. You're undecided now. So what are you gonna do? Do what? Yes, no, stay, go, hem, ha, do what? Do what?
The four plaids. The sad thing is I still own one of those sport coats. That show is running through September 27th here at the Old Log Theater, so as you leave, you might want to check in the box office or at least get their phone number, give them a call, and come out and enjoy that show. I hope you enjoyed the food. All these wonderful people in the back of your program contributed to the great food out there, the divine swine. It was excellent. And dessert, we can thank one person for that. She's kept us fed over the years, figuratively, literally, at WCCO Radio. Our food editor, Sue Zellickson, right here.